Welcome to Launching the Pilot with your hosts, Brian and Paul.
Hello and welcome to Launching the Pilot episode 191.
Season 191.
I like the way you keep looking at the board.
I don't know.
It's completely blank.
It's come back. Represents my mind.
Yeah.
Blank.
Giving up now.
Yeah. Well, occasionally you do write things on there. You should go home. Do not enter.
And this time we're doing Eureka, or a town called Eureka.
Yeah, depending on where you came from.
Yeah. And this is 2006.
2006, yeah. I've got
to 2012.
possibly.
Yes. 5 seasons.
Yep.
77 episodes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And 8 webcasts or
webisodes.
I know. What the hell's a webisode?
Don't know.
I have no idea.
We've got Colin Ferguson as Jack Carter.
I'll let you go with that.
I think he's in all of them. And Eureka. I can't even read my Critter. I can't even read what that could be 2 R's or an M that I've written there. as Joe Lopez.
I'll just stare at the blank board for a minute while you work out what you've written. He's written in tongues.
It was 2 a.m. this morning that I was writing it.
Oh, don't give me that.
So we start off with
a woman. You said it, sir.
First of all, is this the pilot? Not right. It's called the pilot.
It's called the pilot.
But it comes up with some writing at the beginning, doesn't it?
From Albert Einstein.
Yeah, a little knowledge is a dangerous thing.
And a lot is.
Yeah, so a lot is. Yeah.
It's even worse.
Yeah.
Sort of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Proper Einstein quote.
Yeah. Well, good old Albert.
Yeah. So we've got a woman in bed.
We do.
She's got a communication thing.
Well, she's not happy.
She's not happy.
I mean, I know when a woman's not happy.
every time she sees you.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, you're back.
Yeah.
Usually those sort of words. Yeah. I thought I'd change the lock. And
she's talking to Walter. It's the time you come up. It's after midnight. And he goes, "Oh, just 5 more minutes. I just need 5 more minutes," because he's in the basement doing sciencey stuff.
Sciencey things, yeah. Or things that he doesn't want the wife to know about anyway. Like the shed, really.
Well, and he's not going to get lucky tonight, apparently.
No, apparently not now. No, she was quite firm about this, wasn't she?
And I thought when you see him in the basement, I thought it's almost like Sliders, isn't it? The TV show's got a big ding portal going.
The old thingy thing.
I thought it's either portal. It's either like a portal or it's like Joe 90 with these spinny things. I couldn't. It's something like that. And he says, it works. Then he goes, "Oh no," or something, doesn't he?
Yes.
Because it works.
Yeah.
And it's going wrong.
Yeah.
Walter, sweetie, come to bed. It's after midnight. Again. Walter!
Be right there.
Honey.
5 more minutes.
You need your sleep. You know how you get.
Another 5 minutes.
Well, I'll be asleep. And don't even think of trying anything when you get up here. That ship has sailed.
And that's that bit.
That's the start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we get a car.
Car. I've got rainy at night. I've got Hulk time. Whenever raining, it's Hulk time.
He's just waiting in the tree line.
Yeah. It's going to catch fire any minute. It's going to catch fire. And it's a marshal, isn't it?
It's a marshal,
taking a prisoner.
Yes, that's what he looks to be.
Well, yeah, that's what it looked like to me as well. Yeah. A bit later on, found out, but yeah.
and she says, "Why can't we fly? Why we've got to drive? We've just passed through 3 states to get this far."
She's
take ages.
Yeah.
She's just going on and on.
Yeah. And he's driving down, and it's a lonely road.
It is.
It's like mountain road, I believe, isn't it? Yeah. It's a lonely road anyway. And
in Canada.
And this car's coming towards him, and he's chatting away. And she just happens to look at the car as it goes past, and it's herself waving.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Did you just see that?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "What?" we just passed ourselves.
Yeah, it was us.
Yeah. She goes, oh, yeah.
Because he didn't look up, did he?
No.
And then he crashes the car.
He does. Yeah. Oh, he avoids a dog.
That's it.
The dog walks out.
That's
yeah,
it.
and because that's when she's saying that was us in the car, blah blah blah, and he sort of half turns and says, "Oh, you know, I didn't see anything.
Yeah,
Shut up." And she goes, "Dog."
Yeah, that's right.
No. He goes, "No, dog."
Okay, yeah, right. Yeah.
And yeah, crashes the car.
And he's about to get out, and she says, "Don't get out.
Yeah.
I've seen this in movies.
Yeah.
You'll get out. You won't come back, and
Yeah.
I'll be trapped here, forced to eat."
Eat my own foot or something.
He goes, "Oh right then," and he gets something out the glove box. He passes it through the cage bit to her.
Yes.
Is it? What's that? He goes, "Ketchup."
Yeah. Yeah. Which he opens the car door and falls out. Yeah.
Plummets.
Yeah. And she says, "Calm as a bitch."
Yeah.
Oh, you okay?
You called this protective custody?
Oh, you're okay.
Wait, where are you going?
To check the damage.
And what if you don't make it back? I'll be stuck in here like those guys in the plane who had to eat each other.
You're right.
I know.
Here, here's some ketchup. Start at your feet, work your way up.
Karma's a bitch, huh?
It's now morning.
It is, and they've been walking.
And they've been walking. I don't know how we got her out. We don't know. But she's moaning at him.
Oh, yeah.
They've walked for miles, haven't they?
Yeah, she's handcuffed, isn't she?
Yeah.
And they stop this kid to ask for directions, don't they?
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah, this little kid, and he says, "You know, where's the nearest sheriff's office?" And he goes, "Would you see the man picking up stones in the middle of the road? Well, it's blah blah.
So many degrees that way, so many degrees that way, so many."
Yeah, and the prisoner, who's a teenage girl, isn't she? She sort of looks at him and is like,
"What year are you in?"
Yeah, and he goes, "I'm like first year," and I don't know. I don't even know what the years they are nowadays. No,
I can't.
The Americans are even weirder. But yeah,
I think we've adopted the American system over this country now.
I could never understand it.
But yeah,
and
because when you went to a secondary school, it was the first year again.
Yes,
and now it's like the 11th or something.
So you think, oh, they're 11-year-olds, but no, they're not. No. It's like, okay. Yeah, I don't understand this. Anyway, let's get to
back in the sheriff's office.
Back in the room. Yeah, back in the sheriff's office.
Yeah, they've got Lopez is there. We don't know it's Lopez, but she is.
Well, yeah. Who is?
Who is? Definitely more than a
woman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You said it, sir.
Yep.
And he's saying, "Look, I'm a marshal." He goes to get his badge. And she can see his. And she goes, "Gun."
Yeah.
And
she's on him within seconds.
And puts him on the floor.
She's
got his hand behind his back. And everything.
He goes, "I'm a marshal." At this point, Zoe, isn't it? Zoe has run off.
Yeah, she's out the door.
Yeah, she's gone.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm a marshal. Check my top pocket. And she does. And she goes, "Oh."
Yeah, so why didn't you say that in the first place?
Yeah, he goes, "Well, I was." Yeah. Meanwhile, Zoe's been brought back in by
the sheriff.
By the sheriff, yes.
And he says, "Did someone lose this?"
Yeah.
She says her name is Cher or something. It's Zoe.
Yeah.
And this is Sheriff Cobb.
Yes.
And he says about the crash, and he goes, "Oh, that dog is a local hazard.
Yes.
It's always in the way.
Henry will help you out."
Yeah, but he goes, because he says we don't have AAA or anything, but we have Henry.
Yeah.
And just give him a ring.
Yeah, and I'll give him a ring, and he'll go get the car.
Yeah.
He'll sort it out.
And Zoe goes to ring him and won't answer. And you get a little clip of the garage, and he's working on this anti-gravity thing.
Flying machine. Yeah.
But he's obviously busy.
Yes.
And then suddenly, from a distance, you can see explosion, don't you?
Well, they hear it, don't they? They hear a bang. They hear a bang, and then you just see the smoke coming up. And he goes, "Phone him now."
He'll answer the phone now. And he does.
Yeah, and he does, yeah.
Now, this is Walter, was the guy at the beginning doing the experiment.
Walter's, he turns up at the gas station, because Henry runs a gas station as well.
And his wife Susan and her little boy, Brian. Excellent choice for a name.
Susan?
Susan, yeah. That's what I wanted to be called when I was younger.
I know, girl named Susan. If only.
If only. And And Henry noticed they've got lots of boxes in their camper van.
Well, first of all, they just said they're going out for a trip, aren't they? Or something?
Yeah, just a break, just a short break.
But yeah, as you say, Henry looks in and he notices...
piled up.
Yeah, because mum and child, they go into the shop, don't they? She says, we need to buy... You can buy anything, can't you?
Yeah.
And because the kid's like, oh, wow, and he's grabbing sweets and everything, doesn't he? And Walter and Henry have a chat, and he goes, everything all right? He goes, oh, yeah, we're just going out for the day,
yeah.
and I think...
But Walter and Susan give us suspicious looks, don't they?
Yes.
And
it's in the shop.
Yes.
Is Spencer.
Yes.
And Spencer's looking at Miss DNA 2005.
Yes, that's right. Because it's a centrefold.
It's a centrefold, yeah, and it's just a string of DNA.
Yeah, that's
it's
right.
Got Miss DNA.
Yeah.
And so the kid, Brian, he's taking all the sweets and all that, hasn't he?
Yeah. Then he goes back to the camper van, doesn't he?
Yes.
With his Hershey's bar, I think it is, or something like that.
Yeah, loads of sweets, yeah. And Walter's walked in, hasn't he? And she said, we've got to act normal.
Act normal, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't let anyone know.
Yeah, they're going to pay for the petrol or diesel or whatever that is. Gas.
But suddenly there's a sort of a portal thing opens up, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, Brian's sitting in the camper van, isn't he?
Yeah.
With the dog. Hasn't he got a dog?
Yeah, he's got a dog.
Yeah, and they're sitting there and he's stuffing sweets into his mouth as fast as he can. And suddenly the camper van starts flashing colours.
Yeah, it's crinkly.
Yeah.
Static electricity, and all these.
Yeah.
And it's affecting the shop as well a little bit. And
yes, yeah, electronic things in the shops are sort of going nuts. Yeah.
Then what happens is the parents get back in the camper and they go, "Are you ready to go, buddy?" And they look behind them and they look shocked.
Yeah. There's no back of the caravan.
It's gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
This camper van is missing its half of it.
Henry's now got the car, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's brought the car back and he says, he's pulled it up onto the side, onto the road, hasn't he? And all this is.
Well, I think he says to Jack, who's the marshal. Yeah. He says, he goes, I'm not really a mechanic. I just do this for fun.
Yeah. He goes, do you think you can fix it? He goes, well, I'm more used to fixing space shuttles. Yeah, he goes,
it'll be a few days.
Yeah. Okay. And
I like in the because obviously now half the camper van gone.
Well, now they've come back, haven't they? They've got Henry and Jack are now back at the
sheriff's.
No, they're back at the garage, aren't they? And the sheriff and that are all at the petrol station.
Well, what happens is the sheriff's office get a call.
Oh yeah.
And Joe's there.
Yeah.
Answers it, and she goes, presses a big panic button.
Yes.
And suddenly a wall opens up and all hazard biosuits come out.
Hazmats,
guns, everything in there. And Zoe's in the little cell saying, "What is this place? What's going on here?"
Yeah.
Counted right? Okay, I'll be right over. That was Ned Carver. He claims aliens abducted some of his cattle again, so...
Tell him to call me when they move on to anal probes.
Wait, that didn't come out right.
Happy little burg you have here.
Yeah, well, we have our days.
Hey, G.I. Josephina. What's with all the firepower? Hot date?
That's one.
What, like that's supposed to scare me or something?
That's two. Lupo.
She must like you. I've never seen her get as high as two before.
What? When? Oh, okay. Just keep everybody there. We're on our way.
What?
There's a situation at Henry Station.
How bad?
It's Henry Station.
And then they're all back at the Henry's garage where the camper van is.
Yeah.
Most of it is.
Well, yeah.
A good percentage of camper van is there.
Well, yeah. Zoe, not Zoe. What's her name?
Joe.
She's got this huge gun.
Yes.
It's like out of Men in Black.
It is, isn't it? Exactly like that. Yeah.
And they're going to go look for the kid.
That's right.
Brian says.
And the Sheriff Cobb is sort of organising everybody. He goes, "We're going to span out, head towards a tree line." And
as far as that tree line.
I like the bit because then Jack comes in and it's like the marshal, what's it, the fugitive, like the marshal and the fugitive.
Yeah.
He goes, "What we need to do is establish roadblocks." And they go, "Look, we've seen the fugitive. We know how it works."
Yeah, we know how it works.
He goes, "I'm just saying I've got a lot of experience in this. I could really help." He goes, "No, I don't think you could."
Yeah. Well, now Alison turns up.
Yes.
Now she's
Alison Blake.
Yeah, she's
defence.
Defence. Whatever they call it.
Yeah, liaison or something.
Yeah.
Oh, great. That's all I need.
Hey, Sheriff, what's going on?
There's a boy missing.
Is he lost or is he kidnapped?
We don't know. We don't know at this point.
Okay. Call Highway Patrol. What you're gonna want are roadblocks on all the major arteries and hold on. And put search and rescue guys to comb the
Jacket's on the ground.
We've all seen The Fugitive, Marshal. How about you let us take care of this?
I don't want to step on any toes, sir, but I do have a lot of experience at this kind of thing.
Trust me. You don't. Henry?
Yeah, 1 minute.
Okay.
And so him and Jack and her, they're chatting, aren't they?
Yeah.
She says, "Oh, can you help?" And he goes, because he walks into the camper van, doesn't he? And she comes in, she says, "Can I help you?"
He says, "You can't contaminate this scene, you know."
And he goes, "It's fine."
Yeah.
You know,
I said, "I know what I'm doing."
Yeah. And he points out a few bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And because she goes, "Oh look, there's a handprint," and he licks it, doesn't he?
Yeah, she thinks it's blood.
She goes, "It's blood." He goes, "No, it's not.
It's chocolate."
Yeah, it's Hershey's or something.
And he goes, "The first thing you should establish with a missing person
is the child missing." And he lifts up the seat, and the kid's sitting underneath it.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh."
This is why the DOD's out here in the middle of nowhere.
I'm not at liberty to say.
Oh, come on, Miss Blake. We're on the same team.
It's Agent Blake Marshall, and we're not even in the same league. This is way out of your jurisdiction.
Actually, I'm a U.S. Marshal, so technically the United States is my jurisdiction. Careful, though. Wouldn't want you disturbing an active crime scene.
Brian.
The missing boy?
Yeah. Hey!
It's okay.
What are you doing?
Relax, it's not blood.
Then what?
Chocolate. It's Hershey's Big Block with almonds.
How could you possibly know that?
Believe it or not, I have done this before. But there's one small detail I usually like to ascertain before launching a full-scale manhunt for a missing person.
And that would be?
That there is, in fact, a person missing. Hi, Brian.
But and now they're kind of like, well,
what do we do with him?
Yeah, because Sheriff Cobb and Alison, they're chatting, and he's like, well, he's not actually that bad, is he? You know, he found the kid.
But Cobb said, "I'll tell you what, we'll let Joe handle him."
Yeah.
And then they go, "No, you can't let Joe. No, we'll let Joe handle him." And Alison says, "No, I'll take care of this."
Yeah. Yes, and meanwhile, this is when Henry says, "Yeah, it's going to take at least 3 days."
Yeah, because he drops the car, and both the tyres go flat at the front, don't they?
Yeah.
He goes, "Oh," because he said 2 days. Oh, 3 days maybe.
Yeah.
3 days max. Now we've got a little bit of Taggart. He's like a hunter.
Yes.
He's supposed to be Australian.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure.
But he's played by Matt Fewer, who you know as.
I recognised him, but I couldn't.
Max Headroom.
Oh, was it him?
Yeah.
Oh, I never recognised him.
He's been in a few things,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's what we know him for in this country, I think, mostly.
But yeah, Taggart phones the sheriff, doesn't he? And the sheriff, now they're in the middle of the forest, whatever.
Yeah.
And he says, "You've got to have a look at this."
Yeah.
And they walk through some trees, blah, blah, blah. And he says, "Look, and there's the rest of the RV.
And a very fried dog."
Yes. Yeah, a very, very fried
That's
dog.
the boy's dog, yeah.
Now, Alison says, "Well, you've got to stay." So she takes him to the local B&B, doesn't she?
Yes, Barlow's Lodges.
Yeah, that's it. And as he's getting there, he sees a helicopter leaving, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And then he sort of double glances and he realises it's the president.
Crest.
Yeah.
It's the crest of the president.
Yeah. Air Force 2, isn't it? Or something. I can't remember what the helicopter's called.
No,
it does have a name, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Was that the..." She goes, I can't say. It's a confidential service.
Yeah, he meets Beverly.
Beverly.
Oh, Beverly.
Beverly is definitely 100%.
Oh, definitely.
A woman? You said it, sir.
Yep.
And so she takes him back to the room, doesn't she?
Yeah, and he goes, "Oh well, Mrs. Jack or whatever his name is, will she be joining you? And he goes, oh, there is no Mrs. Jack.
Carter, is it? So.
Yeah, and she goes,
what's the problem? Sex?
Was it a sex thing? Yeah.
What?
Here we go. Nice and cozy. Will your wife be joining you?
My wife? Not likely. We're separated.
Was it the sex?
Excuse me?
Well, it's a common problem in long-term relationships. People get bored, they want to experiment sexually, and they don't know how to express their needs.
Well, not that sharing my sex life with a total stranger doesn't sound like loads of fun. At the moment, my needs are a nap and a shower.
You're the guest. Pleasant dreams, Jack Carter.
Now we're back at the RV and we've got the hazmat people. They're all there. They're looking it over.
And now,
Mr. King.
It is King.
Mr. King. Yeah. He wants to handle this, doesn't he? He said, I can deal with this, and Sheriff's like, well, no, it's my remit.
He's talking to his underling, who happens to be called Fargo.
Yes.
And he says that we don't tell him about anything missing from Section 5 or something. We don't mention Section 5. Yeah. We can handle this ourselves.
Yeah.
So they're not telling the sheriff all the facts and stuff.
But and it's back now. Jack's had a sleep, because the thing is, he's had the same set of clothes on all the time. Where he fell out the car, they're dirty, smelly, wet, and all the rest of it. And he's woke up and he can't find his clothes anywhere.
No.
But he looks around and he sees, is it the Joy of Sex book or something?
Just on the coffee table book.
Yeah. But
because he's running around in a sheet, isn't he?
Yeah. Beverly turns up and she goes,
"I'll have these dry cleaned for you."
Yeah, I took them off you. And
he goes, "I need to get to town to get a car." She says, "You can borrow my car, but you've got to have it back before night."
Yes. And he goes, "Oh, okay, yeah, no problem."
Yeah, okay.
And he goes outside, and first of all, I didn't realise it's just a small car. I thought, and then it's a solar car.
It's a solar panel.
And then he goes
back before night.
Now I get it.
Yeah.
So he's driving through town, which is far too small, this car, isn't it? He's driving through, and he starts seeing lots of strange sights.
Well, I've categorised it as strange stuff. There's like 4 people who look identical playing chess.
Yes. Oh God, there's some weird things. There's like weird statues. There's a woman standing in the middle of woman? She's standing in the middle of the car.
Sir.
I can't remember what they were doing. They're all strange.
No, that's why I've just wrote strange stuff.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered writing all this down.
And back in the jail, Zoe's watching Joe, and Joe's stripping a gun and putting it back together again in seconds, isn't she?
It turns out Joe used to be in the Special Forces.
Yeah, and she said something about Special Forces, and she sort of laughs, and she goes, "Oh no, much better."
Yeah. And this is where we find out that Zoe can't.
Oh no, because Jack now meets the young lad.
Oh yes, he does, just before he goes into the sheriff's office.
He meets a young lad and he starts talking to him, doesn't he?
Because there's a statue there of, is it Archimedes or something?
Yes, Archimedes, isn't it? And he's drawing something, and he goes, "Oh, what are you doing?" And the boy turns to him and starts talking, and he goes,
"What's your birthday?"
Oh no, who's that? He goes, "Oh, it's Archimedes." You know,
I don't think it was Archimedes. It was one of them, the type though.
Yeah, he's certainly a mathematician, isn't it? And he says, "Oh, you know, that's who I like. It's maths and all this." He goes, "And I can tell your birth. Tell me the day you were born, and I can work out."
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah, and he goes, "Oh, blah 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 blah," and he works out exactly.
It's on Tuesday you were born.
Yeah,
because I'm a Tuesday too.
Yeah, I'm a Tuesday.
Bond.
Yeah,
being a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Then he goes into the sheriff's office, doesn't he?
Yeah, which I did like, because Joe is sat there in a vest.
Yeah.
With this huge Special Forces tattoo, which looks so false. I mean, it looks like they've just done it yesterday on it. Yeah.
And I thought, if you're in Special Forces, you wouldn't have Special Forces written on your arm, would you?
No.
You might have a crest or something.
You might have a crest. You might have like the SAS thing is Who Dares Wins or something.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't have one that just says Special Forces and the dates. But anyway.
It does look like it's come out of a Frosty's packet, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Now we get to realise that Zoe is actually Jack's daughter.
Yeah, and she keeps running away from home.
And she says, so does he.
Yeah.
Because that's what he did, wasn't it? He was always
working all the time.
And you always say you'll come back, and you never did.
Yeah.
Mum got fed up, and blah, blah, blah. And yeah.
No, we get to a bit where Jack's at the garage again, isn't he?
Yeah, he's driving back.
And he sees the dog.
Yeah, he nearly hits the dog again, doesn't he?
But then he follows the dog.
Yeah.
Into the woods.
Well, he goes to Harry's, doesn't he? And then the dog suddenly appears.
Yeah.
And he sees it, and he's like, right, I'm going to find out who you belong to.
And he follows him into the woods, and then there's a whole area that's, don't know, weird.
Well, it's just a circle, isn't it? But it's like it's been fried or something. I don't know what. It's weird, yeah.
And there's half cows and everything in there, half trees.
Yes.
And then he gets shot.
Yes.
By.
Well, this was the point. It was pouring with rain when Jack gets out the car to see the dog.
Yeah. And
when he suddenly gets to this circle and Taggart shoots him, it's not raining anymore.
No, it's boat dry.
Yeah.
That's just a weird town you're in.
Yeah, it is a very strange town. And Jack's asking him all these questions, isn't it? And Taggart goes, I can't tell you.
Yeah, because he's put him in his truck, which has got an animal cage on the back.
Yeah.
And he's put him in the animal cage.
Yeah. He says, where you take me? Oh, I can't tell you.
Yeah.
Why is it you can't tell you?
I can't tell you.
Yeah, can't tell anything.
I can't tell you my name, can't tell you everything.
Yeah. But as they're driving along, Taggart sees the dog.
He does.
And he stops.
He goes, menace.
He goes, I've got to get that dog. He's got this huge gun, hasn't he?
He goes, that dog is a devil incarnate or something.
Yeah. He goes, yeah, that is. So he takes aim, shoots, and gets the weight out.
He does. Yeah.
Yeah, someone who's dropping a bag of rubbish in the...
Yeah.
And he's pretty off target, let's be honest. I mean, it's not
way off. Yeah. His sights need
But correction. No one worries. No one else carries on eating their drink or drinking tea and whatever.
Yeah.
But while this is happening, Jack has escaped, hasn't he?
He breaks out the cage.
Breaks out the cage, gets out.
Morning, sunshine!
Where am I? What's going on?
Right, I can't say, mate.
Where are you taking me?
Can't say that either.
Look, wherever you are.
Call me Taggart.
Taggart. Not sure if you realize this, but you just assaulted and kidnapped a federal marshal.
Yeah, sorry about that. Just doing my job.
Your job? What kind of job? Oh, can't say.
What is wrong with you?
Does he get back to the thing that Zoe and Joe are sat? Zoe's outside the cell, isn't she? Chatting to
yeah, Joe.
Just chatting away, aren't they, about girly things?
Yeah.
And Jack says he's had enough. He wants some answers now.
Yeah.
Something's going on. He's not quite sure.
He says he can have 50 marshals there.
Yeah.
In an hour, you know.
Yeah.
Sort of.
And the sheriff's gone home.
Yeah.
And he sat there, he's at his favourite comfy armchair, wherever. He's got some food, and the dog comes in.
Yeah. You missed a bit because when Jack comes in, he says, "I want to know what's going on." He goes, "I can have 50 marshals down here any time. What can you do about it? Nothing can stop me." And then they look at Joe, and she gets up.
Yeah.
And the next thing is in the cell.
Yeah.
They stop him.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, you're right. Sheriff Cobb is going home.
Yeah, he's at home. He's sat in his armchair. He's put the telly on, whatever.
Yeah.
He's got some food.
Watching Judge Judy.
Yeah, and the dog turns up.
Yeah. And he feeds the dog.
Yeah, he goes up. Calls its name, doesn't he?
Jack.
That's it. Yeah.
And he says, "Look, you can have whatever you want out the fridge. Just leave the sandwich alone."
Yeah. So the dog goes for the
sandwich. Straight on
straight
the
for the sandwich. Yeah.
And then this wormhole-y thingy.
Yeah, the house starts to flash again, and he's being dragged into it, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he's trying to fight it, and sort of breaks away, doesn't
yeah,
it?
that's all we sort of see what's going on. And I think he loses a leg, doesn't he? We'll see that bit, then we're not sure what's going on.
Well, yeah, because Alison now has turned up, hasn't she?
Oh, yeah, because she's gone to see the sheriff, hasn't she, Cobb?
Yeah.
And
he's he's lost a leg, hasn't he?
He's lost a leg,
half a leg, yeah. And she's chatting to him and that, and he says, what do we do about Jack? And she, well, he's got to take out, use him.
Well, no, but he's unconscious, I think.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
And
she talks to someone about keeping Jack.
Yeah, she does later on, but at this point they get him to the hospital, but he's unconscious. They're not sure he's going to make it or not. And they say, well, he's a marshal, we can use him.
Yeah.
You know, that's what the chat is about. He might have his uses.
And she said,
he gets him to sign a non-disclosure.
Yeah, it's a huge manual in it.
Yeah.
She goes, you got to sign this. All right.
And she's going to take him to headquarters.
Yeah. And they're driving along, and they come across this bridge.
Yeah.
And it's out, isn't it?
There's no middle bit of it at all.
Yeah. And he's like, okay. And she just floors the car, doesn't she? He goes, well, what are you doing? The bridge is out. And it just goes through a force field or
hologram or whatever. And he goes, God, what is this, Area 51? She goes, they wish they had our security.
Yeah. And they drive up towards a security gate, basically.
Yeah, it is.
And they go, welcome to... this is when they say, welcome to Eureka, isn't it?
Yeah, Advanced Research Centre. Established by Albert Einstein, apparently.
Yes, apparently so, yes. And they take him to their underground lair.
Yeah, that's it. And they said, that, you know, sometimes there's been a few mistakes along the way. Global warming, that was us.
Yeah. It's huge, this place, isn't it? And they're walking along, and he goes, what's that? Section 5.
Yeah.
And he goes, that's army stuff.
Military.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, so much for the advancement of humankind then.
Yeah. Yeah, they show it all down, don't they?
Yeah. And there's like a holodeck scene.
Yeah, Mr. King's fighting with some Japanese
samurais,
yeah.
Ninjas or whatever.
Yeah.
And he goes, why did you... Because he's talking to Fargo. He says, why did you turn out to 11-7? It was like, he goes, that was only level 4.
Yeah.
Because he's getting his ass kicked.
Yeah. So, Alison's taken Jack to see Mr. King. And they're like a space telescope sort of observatory, aren't they? Sort of.
Yeah, he's trying to find where the origin of the universe started.
Yes.
Trying to pinpoint it.
What's all this for?
Professor King is trying to locate the point of origin.
Origin of what?
Everything. Life, universe. It all had to start somewhere. Precisely where is what I intend to find out.
Professor Warren King, Marshall Jack Carter. Oh. Professor King is a Nobel laureate and noted astrophysicist.
Wow. Well, I'm captain of my division softball team. Sounded better in my head.
I see you making Allison House the sheriff.
He's still in surgery, but the Marshal has agreed to help us during his absence.
Oh, the Marshal. Oh, how generous. Well, you must find all of this a bit shocking.
Well, I'm from LA. Nothing shocks me.
I see.
They're talking about the RV, aren't they? And he says, I don't understand. I don't know. This is Mr. King. He goes, I don't know. And Jack's like, well, I'm sure you do. Yeah. There's obviously something. Yeah, because it's not quite right.
Because he's at rapid aging, but what has happened is the back of the RV hasn't moved.
No, it's the Earth has moved.
So it's in sync with the Earth's movement. It was out of time or something.
Yeah. Yeah, so the RV, back of the RV has stayed where it always was. The rest of the RV has moved with the planet, but it's done it over so many years that...
Yeah.
Hence why the RV is now a bit decayed and...
Yes, that's it, yeah.
Oh, they're back in town, aren't they? And Jack sees Zoe in a shop, does he?
She's in the cafe.
He goes to get some lunch himself, and she's in there. She goes, what are you doing in here?
Getting takeout.
Yeah, I'm getting takeout for me.
So... It says it's great. You can order anything you want.
Yeah,
they don't have menus.
Vincent can cook anything.
Vincent's the one who got shot in the arse earlier.
Yeah. Now, I recognise Vincent from something, but I can't think what.
Lost.
It was Lost.
Yeah.
I thought yeah. Oh, I thought... Was he in... No, he's not in that. Well, I've seen him in something, yeah. The original Lost, doesn't it? Yeah. And anyway, so Jack and Zoe, they're chatting, aren't they?
Daddy-daughter time.
Yeah, they're having a chat, blah, blah, blah. And Zoe's really not happy with him, as she...
No, because he's saying, look, I've got to work, I'm going to help them out, they need me.
You've always done this.
Yeah, but that's what you always do, you always help.
Yeah,
you're always working.
But you're never there for us.
Yeah, that's it.
And
Vincent's got a pool running. He's got a map.
Oh, yes, he's got a map of where the next disaster's going to happen, yeah. And Jack says, can I borrow the map?
The map, yeah.
And he takes it. And... Walter's sitting in the shop as well, isn't he? In the restaurant, and Walter's getting worried because Jack sort of says, "We can't guess where it's going to be next, but we can work out where it has been in the past, so we can find out where the epicenter was."
Yeah, where it all started from.
Yeah.
But then the calf gets hit, doesn't it? later on. And that's when Walter looks in really worried now.
Yeah.
And like Jack forgets the car, doesn't he?
Yes.
He gets back to because it's night now.
Yeah.
Oh, the car. Now Beverly's talking to Walter as Jack comes into the boarding house.
Oh no, a bit earlier because Jack speaks to Alison, and then he realises that Archimedes is Alison's son.
That's right, yeah.
And he says, "Oh yeah, we had a chat earlier." And she goes, "Don't be like that."
He doesn't chat to anyone.
He doesn't talk to anybody. He goes, "But we did. We were talking. We're both Tuesdays."
Yeah.
And she goes, "No, he will not. He doesn't talk to anyone. He lost his. I can't remember why.
He's got autism.
Yeah. But anyway, so he says that, and he explains his theory, doesn't he?
Yes.
He thinks it's more local. The epicenter's very local. And you say Vincent's place is hit next. Then Walter is at the B&B and he's talking to Beverly, isn't he?
Yeah, and Jack enters.
And he's overhearing it.
He's trying to overhear.
Yeah, but not very well.
Well, no. Because they hear him come in.
Yeah, Beverly. Walter leaves and Beverly starts chatting to Jack, and she's giving him a bit of a come on there.
Yeah.
But he falls asleep, doesn't he? She says the next day he wakes up, doesn't he?
Because Alison's there. He says, "You're the first one who's ever fell asleep on me."
Yeah.
Not on her, not literally on top of her, but while she's chatting to him.
They decide to go to Walter's, don't they?
Yes, because they've worked out the epicentre.
It is somewhere there, round that way.
Walter's way. And Joe gets a big Iska now.
Yeah. The ground starts shaking, doesn't it, as they're entering?
Yeah.
They talk to Walter's wife, don't they?
Yeah.
And then they say, "Oh yeah,
he's in the basement."
He's in the basement, and they're getting down there, and it's all shouting.
And it's a big lock and big door and combination. He goes, asks Walter's wife for the combination, but she comes back down with a gun instead, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Just shoots the lock.
Shoots the door.
And then the experiment's happening again, and Walter's trapped up in the air or something.
And the army arrive, don't they?
Yeah, they take over.
Yep. And Mr. King, does he arrive there, or is it now back in his lab? I can't remember, but he explains what the machine can do.
Yeah, it's at the lab, I think,
Yeah, he says what Walter's created is some sort of time loop.
And he was trying to make an anti-time one to cancel each other out or something.
Yeah.
It's very sciencey.
Yeah. Well, when he first did it, when you first opened the show, when he goes, "Oops," he realised what he's done, and what he's trying to do now is counteract it. Yeah.
Will somebody please explain to me what we're dealing with here?
From what we can gather, it's a prototype tachyon accelerator.
In English, Professor.
I'll speak slowly for your benefit, Colonel. A tachyon is a hypothetical particle that travels faster than the speed of light.
Okay.
No, that's not okay. Nothing can travel faster than the speed of light, or the whole concept of linear time becomes meaningless. If Walter Perkins created some sort of tachyon collision, then time, as we know it, ceases to exist, and the laws of physics break down at the most fundamental level. And if we don't stop this, no one will be safe.
You know, this is why I hate this town.
Well, hang on. How could Walter Perkins have even built this without anyone knowing?
He had to break some major protocols. I mean, this is a stolen Syntex prototype. Strictly next-gen military hardware. So the question is, could Walter have built this on his own? And where would he get a hold of something like this?
Section 5?
Well, I don't see how that's possible. But I guarantee you there'll be a thorough inquiry.
They're working out that Walter must have had possible access to Section 5 to have some of this, because Henry's looking at it, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he says, well, how the hell did Walter get some of this tech?
Yeah.
Way beyond.
Because Colonel Briggs is there now.
Yes.
Military. And he hates Eureka.
Yeah.
He hates the town. But Alison says, well, I'm in charge here, you're not. He goes, unless such and such criteria is met. He goes, no, I'm in charge now.
Yeah, you answer to me.
Yeah.
All right, listen up. I want those seals checked and rechecked. This is a Class 3 hot zone till I say otherwise.
Colonel Briggs, 1st Rangers, Fort Bragg.
Hello, Joe. You want to help?
Yes, sir.
Lieutenant!
Yes, sir.
Ah, congratulations, Miss Blake. Looks like you people finally screwed the pooch, but good.
Colonel Briggs, what do you think you're doing?
Something I should have done the last time one of your little science projects got out of hand.
Eureka is under DOD jurisdiction.
Was under DOD jurisdiction. Now it's a matter of national security, which means you answer to me. Okay, let's move that machine out of here.
So you two are close then?
You know, the boys' Charmac works better when you're showered and shaved.
Yeah, it's on my to-do list. So where are they taking that thing?
Where else?
We're now back at the sheriff's office because Zoe's now made the cell like a home, and she's got pictures up, the doors open, she's got the string lights and everything, hasn't she?
And they've got to get people to the bunkers.
Yeah. It calls out and says, "Get all women and children to the bunkers."
I mean,
well, mainly women and children first.
Someone's got to carry the stuff. It's going to be the men.
Because they've got Walter's original maths, but some of it's disappeared in the world.
It's been eaten up, yeah.
And they're all looking at it, and Jack says,
like, I've seen this before.
I've seen this before, yeah. And he realises that it was Alison's son.
Yes, he was
writing it on the floor when he first meets him outside.
Because there's a little bit, because Jack goes to leave, and there's a guard there, he says,
oh yeah.
He goes, look, I'm going to make him eat that rifle in a minute, and Joe, I wouldn't do that. He's special forces trained.
Yeah.
the rifle's there. Just what's it say? I can't remember what it says now.
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah.
The rifle. He doesn't really need the rifle.
Yeah.
It's just it's just a polite bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Him having one. Because then Jack says to say, could you take him out? She goes, yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
So that's how he leaves then. Yeah, so Joe takes the guard out. Jack goes to the bunker.
Yeah.
He sees Zoe there.
Yeah.
And then Alison's kid as well. And Zoe goes along with him.
I think he calls him Archimedes from now on, doesn't he? I'm sure he calls him that. But he sees him and he takes him back to the lab
to finish the maths.
And he's just sitting there to start with, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's just a kid. What does he know?"
Yeah, this is a rubbish idea. What are you thinking of?
He's got ADH or whatever.
Then Jack goes, "Oh, something's not right here."
And he puts it on the floor, doesn't he?
Because that's what the boy was drawing on chalk.
Yeah.
And then he just starts doing it.
And he starts working out the equation, and Mr. King and Fargo and that,
Henry,
they're all like,
"Oh,
he's right." Yeah. He is right.
Now it's go time.
Yes, they start the machines.
Yeah. Worry. Yeah. And there's a big black cloud over Eureka at the moment, isn't there?
Yes.
Like the thing's coming towards them, and it's going to wipe out the town and just get bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
But they save the town.
Yes, the machine explodes, blah, 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 and it just counteracts itself. And obviously now the army are leaving, but they're not happy.
No.
They say, next time we will close this place down.
Now, Jack's car's all fixed.
Well, Alison's not happy with Mr. King because
she says that chip comes from Section 5.
Yeah.
How did he get it? He couldn't have done it by himself. He had to have help.
Someone's helping him. Yeah. And Henry's brought his car back, hasn't he? And he opens the bonnet and there's a little bit jazzed up.
A tiny bit.
He goes back into town and the sheriff turns up, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yes, he does.
And he goes, "Oh, you're out of bed fast and all that." And he goes, Henry, because he's got a bionic leg sort of thing, hasn't he? And Jack and Zoe are they're starting to leave town, aren't they? They're on their way.
They're out.
They're having a chat, aren't they, in the car again?
And he says, "I'm sorry to Zoe. I'm sorry I left you all that time. I'm sorry."
And it cuts back, and Beverly's now talking to Susan, Walter's wife.
She is,
and she's saying, you know, what's happened and all this.
And Walter's wife saying, "I'm going to tell everybody about this. I've got to."
It was Walter. Blah blah
That's
blah.
good.
And she goes,
I wish you hadn't said that.
I wish you hadn't said that. Yeah, because she's making her a cup of tea, isn't she? She goes, "But it's your decision, and fair enough. But it's a shame."
Yeah.
And she's poisoned the cup of tea, hasn't she?
She has.
Because it's Beverly that's behind it all.
Yeah, and she leaves some tablets, doesn't she, out? Like she says, and she rings up the sheriff's office saying, "Oh, you better go over here."
Yeah, Susan's had an overdose. I've just got here. I've just got here.
Don't worry about the kid.
Jack's back in LA.
Yeah.
I still can't believe it.
So you had no idea Walter was involved in some kind of corporate espionage?
No, none. Except
what?
Oh, there were phone calls, sometimes late at night.
From whom?
Walter wouldn't say, but I could tell that he was frightened. I think he must have been working with someone else.
Here, drink this. Make you feel better.
Thanks, you're so sweet.
So, have you told anyone else about this?
No, but I will.
Oh, Susan. You have no idea how sorry I am to hear that. It took us a long time to find the right candidate. Even longer for him to gain access to Section 5. Walter was doing so well. And now I have to start all over again. I was so hoping you and I might become friends. Joe, it's Beverly. I'm over at the Perkins house. Susan's committed suicide.
And he's sitting there, and he goes, oh, his boss comes in. He goes, oh, you've got a job offer.
No, he says you've got a promotion and a raise.
Yes.
Well done.
And he goes, oh, right, yeah. And he gives him the envelope, doesn't he? Or something? He goes and he opens it up and says, oh, it's Eureka.
It's Sheriff of Eureka now.
Yeah.
Carter, these are Special Agents Hicks and Miller, Department of Defense.
Look, if this is about that thing I signed, I didn't tell anyone.
Actually, we're here on behalf of the Major. He was very impressed.
You mean Colonel? Colonel Briggs.
No, Major William Cobb, Army Intelligence. He said you two worked together recently.
Oh, you mean the sheriff?
With his recommendation, your security classification and pay level will increase effective immediately. Marshal? Sir?
I don't understand.
Relax, Carter. It's a promotion. Congratulations.
Define promotion!
And he's like, okay. And now Jack's in the sheriff's office in his sheriff's uniform, and the flying machine like comes through the roof, doesn't it?
Henry's machine.
Yeah, and he goes
bang.
Yeah, he goes,
give Henry a call.
Yeah, phone Henry. Yeah.
And that's where the episode ends.
And that's it. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, that was a long one.
It was. It was an hour and 20 minutes, I think.
An hour and a half. Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty long.
Yes.
And what did you think of this?
It's very good.
It was entertaining, wasn't it?
It is entertaining.
Yeah. Had you seen Eureka yet? Or?
Well, you did buy me the box set.
I did buy you the box set.
I've seen episode 1.
I wasn't hitting.
I've seen episode 1 now.
Yeah.
It took me a while.
It was a subtle hint.
No, I know.
It's the first season of Eureka. Here you go.
Yes. Well, I've seen episode 1.
But no more.
No more yet. I haven't had a chance yet.
Yeah, but it is one you would watch.
Yes, it is very good. Yeah. Yeah, it's there's lots of weird people in that town, isn't there?
Yeah, it's like our own town.
Well, yeah, probably. Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe we've got weirder people, I think.
Yeah, without the science.
There's backwards thinking more.
Yeah. Rock good. Rock hit people on head.
Rock smash.
Yeah. And that's about it.
That's it. De-evolved. We're like the opposite of Eureka.
Yeah. We might get to the wheel at some point before the end of our lifetime, but yeah.
Dragging is just as good a way to get anywhere.
Well, true. Yeah, can't beat a good dragging. But yes, it was very good.
Yes, and I've watched it all now because it was on Amazon as well.
Oh, right.
And I have the box set. All 5 seasons.
All 5 seasons.
77 episodes.
77 episodes.
I think the webisodes are there.
I'm sure the webisodes will be on there, but
maybe special features. I might not go that far yet.
No, it's very we ever do.
Yeah.
I know. You always buy the box set and go, oh yeah, it's got all these special features. Never watch them.
That disc never gets removed.
No. Never ever watch them.
Maybe one day.
Never. No, it doesn't happen. You buy the Blu-ray because it's got special features. Don't watch it.
Oh, but I could get the 2-disc version.
Yeah.
What's the point? You're only going to watch the movie.
Yeah. But yes, so it was very good.
Yeah, I thoroughly was entertained by it.
Yes.
Again, I've seen it before, and yeah, I could watch.
Yeah, because Beverly, she's not the leader. She's working.
Yeah, she's definitely in on.
Oh yeah, she's in on it. That's what she said. You know, we bribed Walter. You know, they gave him the chip and all this, because she does say who she works for, doesn't she? I think she tells Susan, doesn't she, just before she dies or so.
I remember. Yeah, but he's sort of the anti-Eureka sort of. Yeah. Or the opposite. Foreign governments, maybe.
Yeah, it's to get weapons.
And obviously that plot does go on throughout the series.
Yeah. Obviously.
I remember Susan comes back.
Well, I'm sure she did.
Somehow, like a clone or something. I can't remember exactly how it is.
But yeah, it's. And you know, in episodes he's going to get close to who's behind it all, and not quite, and yes.
There's a continuing running joke in the series that he's like his sheriff's jeep keeps getting blown up. I think it happens like 21 times.
All right, yeah, I know he had the running joke in this episode about wearing a seatbelt. Yeah, because he's forever hitting his head. On the dashboard.
Yeah.
But yes, very good.
This was a sci-fi show.
Yes.
And then they decided to cancel it after 5 seasons.
Don't they all?
They always do today.
Which probably after.
I think 5 seasons is a good run for any show.
Well, you've seen them all, so does it end well, or did they rush the ending?
No, not really. I don't know. It's not as bad as the next one we'll talk about next week.
Oh, well, yeah. They certainly rushed the ending on that one.
No, I think they've done everything they could do. Really, I'm not sure where else it could have gone, but I'm not a writer.
No.
Or a reader.
No. No.
It was fine.
It's fine.
But I remember, I've watched them all, so they must have kept me entertained.
Yes.
For that, I did watch them at work, but that doesn't mean.
Yeah, but that's not a great thing, because some of the things you've watched, everything else of these things, it's not just for entertainment value.
No.
But, marks out of 10.
Yeah.
I'll give it an 8.
An 8? That's good.
Or an 8.5. Give it an 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah, it's very well filmed. It's well acted. It's I thought it through.
I like the sort of tongue-in-cheek humour of all the situations.
Yes.
And that goes on throughout it.
Yeah.
So I'll go straight in at a 9.
Yeah.
And just on this episode alone, I found very entertaining.
Yeah.
And it's not even one of the best episodes, so.
No.
But it's got to establish everything, hasn't it?
Yes. As fast as it possibly can without giving away too much.
And you still need a story to weave in there.
Yeah.
And it leaves little subtle plot elements ongoing. So
yes, very good.
And
now, should we do next week? We'll do the spin-off.
Yeah, we'll do the spin-off.
It's not a.
It is a spin-off.
Yeah, it's not yet.
It's an alternate reality, actually, from season 4.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is Warehouse 13.
Yes. So until next week.
Yeah, until next time. I didn't bother writing down too many facts about this.
No, that's probably going on forever.
There's a few out there.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. As there will be for the next one.
Yes, again.
Yeah.
But until next time.
Come out of the rain when you scream. No one remembers your name when you scream. When you scream.